Well, I know it's only gold rank, but I've been testing out this concoction that I created called SPRIGHT, BYSTIAL, SYNCHRO, and it's on an 11 win streak. I haven't lost a single match with this deck yet, and I can't even full combo because opponents are always scooping before I set up the end board. Let's go ahead and showcase what this deck can do, and then we'll take a look at the deck list. So I should probably have a small correction here. I'm not claiming that I created this concept. I just seen it around and I adapted it to what I think would work best for me. So my version obviously is using Deep Sea Diva as the tuner to get out a Orochi. Thankfully we are able to stop the Maxi because this would shut down our turn. So of course you play the two called by the one crossout and the triple Ash Blossom to deal with that. But this deck looks really cool in the TCG. I have Sprite. I recently built it or bought the cards for it in real life. And I'm excited to maybe put something like this together without having to deal with Maxi, which should be really interesting. Anyways, all you need to start this combo off essentially is a Diva and any level 2 Sprite monster. And with that, assuming you don't get interrupted, you're going to be able to go full combo here on a force summon. We're going to then use the Orochi, which can combine with any level 2 to make a Synchro 10. We're going to go straight into Baron. This is the summon number 5, so if we do get Nibiru'd, we don't even care about locking out with Gigantic because we can just negate and destroy the Nibiru. Then with the extensions that we normally have, we're going to go into Sprint, dump the Nimble Angler, bring out Double Beaver, then use the Sprint and one of the Beavers to make Gigantic, bring out Swap Frog, you know, we're just returning it to hand so that we can dump the Ronin Totem. Normally, if you don't draw Ronin Totem, you would just dump the Ronin Totem. But then finally off of this, because you've cleared up your extra monster zone with the Sprint that was in there, you're now going to be able to summon Sprite Elf. And then like can you guys understand like what's going on here? Like Sprite Elf gonna bring back a card. We have like all 3 Swap Frogs in the graveyard for Ronin Totem to come back to the field multiple times. We're gonna set up the IP Masquerena interruption. You can even, I don't play it in this build, but you could even set up the Melfi extension just off of, again, those like a Sprite card and the Deep Sea Diva, because you have so much extension off of it, and then you can go into Sprint afterwards usually. And we still have Starter in hand to get like an additional negate, like a Carrot on field. We still have our Baron negate. We're gonna have the IP Masquerena interruption. We're gonna have Elf interruption. Like, this deck just seems insane. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at the deck list. Alright, we're going to take a look at what the deck list is going to look like post ban list after Swap Frog and Sprite Jet get limited to 2. So it does hurt the engine just a little bit, but honestly it's not even that bad because you're still playing the 4 card package in Deep Sea Diva, which is a special summon for itself, and it can also special summon out the Orochi obviously. You have 2 Swap Frogs and the Ronin Totem. This is searchable off of Gigantic Sprite anyways to get into the Ronin Totem engine, so it's not really that detrimental. Triple Maxi still, the Nimble Angler and Nimble Beaver package still at the 4 card engine in and of itself. If you draw this, you have another dump off Sprint in the Shinobi Necro. This card can be banished out of the graveyard with your Bystial, and then it gets brought back. Then you can go into a Synchro 8 play, and you can play any Synchro 8 you want. I'm opting for Draco Berserker, but obviously you can play anything that you choose. Sprite Blue already limited to 2, and Sprite Jet will be limited to 2 as well, so again, not too bad. And just to beef up the Sprite engine, we are doing 2 red and 2 carrot. I don't think you need to play the Pixies, but up to you. Triple Ass Blossom still, 4 Bystials in total, 1 Magnemite, 1 Druis Worm, and 2 Baldrake. Double Called by the Grave, a Crossout Designator, so again, you want to try to maximize your Maxi counters because Maxi is a counter to this deck, obviously. 2 Sprite Starter, obviously, and 1 Sprite Smasher, again, searchable from the Jet. Triple Imperm, and 1 Double Cross. So there is some variability here. You can choose what you want to play. There is a more synchro heavy version that I reviewed as well earlier, but I like this balance. It is pure Sprite with a splash of synchro. It just basically gives you a Baron Omni Negate and a lot of follow-up if you want it. For the extra deck, Draco Berserker as a Synchro 8, Baron and Chen Yang as your Synchro 10s. And you may think, well, why Chen Yang? Normally you'd play that in the Sprite Runic version because Runic cards banish, triggering Chen Yang's effect. Yes, that's true, but again, you play a number of cards that will banish too. Your Ronin Totem, your Shinobi Necro will get banished off of 4 potential Bystials. Your opponent likely will be banishing cards. You got the Call By, the Cross Out, the Smashers. There are a number of different cards here that banish that can help you trigger your Chen Yang. Sky Cavalry for your Zeus play, number 29 Mannequin Cat, So a number of targets, dark targets obviously for Bestials, Sprite cards, Ash Blossom target brings back the Sprite cards. Any water target can also get you into potentially any of your water engine as well. Double Gigantic Sprite, one Downer to go into Zeus as well. So again, Sky Cavalry into Downer into Zeus. One IP Masquerena, you can still go into the Abramax extra deck boss play. One Dark the Dark Charmer, this is pretty critical nowadays because you can bring back Bestials with it, but more often than not you are still going for Elf. This card is not banned yet, it will probably be banned on the next list or the one after. It's super broken, so Sprite is really strong. The entire engine, while it has some consistency hits, it's still extremely powerful because you still have the full power engine and you're supplementing it with a number of different options as well. And then one Sprint is all you need, and one Abramax. Again, you can supplement this however you want. You can, if you like the Unicorn Interruption, you can put that in, maybe take out Mannequin Cat. There's a number of different things you can do, but that is the deck list as I plan to play it and the next ban list. Obviously right now I'm playing the extra Swap Frog and the extra Jet. But let's go ahead and take a look at this deck in solo mode where we can see how an opening hand might play out with full combo. Alright, so our opening hand here doesn't look the greatest, but I'm just going to show you a quick combo even when your opening hand looks terrible. I mean, it's actually not that bad because we have Swap Frog into Nimble Angler, so we can literally just go like this. Yeah, it's so broken, man. Sprite, like, even, and this is with the new ban list, by the way. I'm not going to spend too much time and go through like everything, but I just want to show you one basic extension. So you might think, oh, that's your Nimble Angler, now your Sprint is useless. Nope, not by a long shot here. So we are potentially playing into a Nibiru a little bit, which isn't great, but Nibiru isn't really that heavy in the format. But what you can do is do something like this. And if you were playing a better going first Synchro 8, like Draco Berserker is good as like a going second option to like just like kind of wipe the board. But you can just dump the Shinobi Necro, and then you can Ball Drake, banish the Necro, and you're not too locked right now, right? And then bring back the Necro, and Necro is a level 2, so again you can use it to make like Gigantic if you want, or something else, but we don't need to do that. We can just go straight into a rank 10 right now. But we didn't even use our normal summon yet, did we? This is insane. Like, yeah, just okay. I have Beaver, so why not make the Synchro 10, and we can still go into Gigantic. And like, just FYI, you don't even want like, I can bounce this back and use it for next turn if I really wanted to. I can go into Gigantic here and opt to bring out the Maxi, bounce the Maxi back to my hand. I still have Double Cross that I hard drew as well. Or I can just use this now to go into my Sprite engine. I don't even need to go into the Deep Sea Diva, which only gets its effect when it's normal summon, by the way, not special summon. So it's not like you can special summon this and bring out the Orochi, but you're 2 locked now anyways after Gigantic. So most likely you want to go Sprite engine here, and then you just get full Sprite combo. Yeah, you already have a Nibiru on field. Like, it's so broken. Like, you can just play forever. Like, it's just crazy. That's why it's so critical that you have to negate that Maxi. You can search for Smashers as another interruption, but we're going to go ahead and go for starter first. We're going to make Elf, making the Baron untargetable. I think we dumped Ronin Tonin already. Yes, we did. But it's like, it's free real estate. Yeah, it's so broken, man. Like, it's crazy. Just double checking to make sure I didn't use the second one yet. Yeah, and then like, Swap Frog at 2 is actually good. Like, you can still use the bounce back feature, like get back Sprite Blue. If you were playing Melfi, you could supplement it with the Melfi engine. Like, it's just crazy, man. It's actually crazy. Like, what do I even want to do here? If I'm not playing another extension, I just go this bounce back Blue, and then Elf Revive Jet during the next turn. Use this to make IP, and then starter to bring out Carrot, and like, that's it. Or if I didn't want to bounce this back, I can make IP, use starter, bring out Carrot, and then make like Melfi of the Forest, detach, get Melfi Caddy, summon Melfi Caddy. That's another interruption. Like, you can see, like, it's just insane. It's just crazy, man. It's broken. Oh, I screwed up. I was going to bounce back to Sprite Blue, but it doesn't matter. Just pretend like I have a Melfi card as well. Like, I don't even... Like, a Melfi card, like... It's nuts. It's just broken. It's broken. Like, just pretend this is a Melfi card right now. And you're playing the Melfi. You were able to fit in your Melfi engine somehow. Don't ask me why I put it in defense, but it's fine. Okay? And like, you don't even have room. You don't even have the room to go into Carrot if you have the Melfi, because obviously you special summon Melfi Caddy at the end. You probably have to like get this. I don't even know what you do. Yeah. So you would still use Swap Rock to bounce a card back to hand, so you'd still have an extra resource. It's just insane. It's just crazy. So it's just like, yeah, and then double cross, you know, attach a material to Gigantic, or you know, yeah, it's just like, you know, Omni negate, Spell and Trap negate, IP interruption. You know, Melfi, Omni negate, Elf interruption, like, or you know, bring back for extension follow-up plays next turn, double cross interruption. It's absolutely crazy. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a Deep Sea Diva match though. Okay, let's see what we get in this hand. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, so even if you get interrupted here, like I said, Diva and any Sprite card, you play through interruption. If this gets like Impermed, Ash Blossom, whatever, it's fine. If you get Max Seed, it's a different story. Then you're in a little bit more trouble. But here, you obviously can't make Baron with 2 tuners, so you need the non-tuner. And you might think, oh well, like, you know, you're gonna go to Baron right now. Nope. Like, this play is a little risky because you will play into Nibiru with this one. The blue is the better one to summon because blue will get you an extension from hand, which I guess you technically should still be okay because you have starter anyways. So yeah, if you really wanted to protect yourself from Nibiru, like, I guess you could technically do this. So on your 4th summon, you get your Baron out anyways, and then you're going to 2-lock yourself. Baron has piercing battle damage thanks to the Orochi. Not that it really matters, but you could just do this anyways. I mean, I'm normally a fan of bringing out Carrot first, but I have an Omni negate, right? So, like, nothing's breaking through this unless they play Dark Ruler or Forbidden Droplet or like Super Poly or something. And Super Poly is a card, but like, I mean, it's going to be pretty hard to Super Poly the targets on the board sometimes. So yeah, at this point, you know, we're 2-locked, so, oh, whoops, you don't want to do Gigantic just yet. You actually want to do Sprind, because you actually want to make Gigantic with the Sprind, so you can get out of the extra monster zone and free up the zone for Elf. This combo will change after Elf is banned, then you will definitely want to keep your Sprind. So in this scenario, like, yeah, again, like I said, if you had a BYSTIAL in hand and you wanted for some reason to do a Synchro 8, probably not on turn 1, but maybe on turn 2, you would dump the Shinobi Necro, use your BYSTIAL on it. If you can't target something in your opponent's grave, this gets you a free Synchro 8 and or Synchro 10 as you just saw. Or you just go Nimble Angler, which is the better play. I don't know why I'm explaining this, because I probably put the clip in where I did dump the Shinobi Necro. So yeah, I'm sorry if I wasted your time there, but yeah, let's just go ahead and try to speed through this as fast as we can here, as fast as we can. So again, like, now, like, you've gone through your Deep Sea Diva engine, you've gone through your Nimble Angler engine, you've gone through your Sprite engine, and now you're about to go through your Swap Frog engine. You've literally gone through 4 different engines, and your end board is just absolutely insane. Like, this is why Sprite is so broken. Like, again, I can use Swap Frog, Bounce Back Beaver, follow for next turn, but I don't even need to because I already have a Swap Frog. So yeah, it's just broken. And I mean, like, I can Bounce Back Swap Frog, special summon it by discarding Beaver, not that I would need to since it's going to be limited to 2. So Elf will just bring it back and get follow-up anyways. Kind of busted. Okay, Elf pointing to Baron, making it also untargetable. That's fair, right? Elf bring back Toad. Or Frog, I should say. Frog dump Frog. Now you got both your Swap Frogs in rotation. And you can just banish Frog, bring it back. Make your IP play. So you got IP interruption. Whatever you searched off blue is another interruption here. So a red monster interruption, but if you want to carry, you can do that.
And then of course, if you wanted to get real cheeky and get another Omni Negate on board, you can make a Melfi and bring up Melfi Caddy, and there's another interruption making Herald of the Arclight when the opponent does something, like summons a monster or declares an attack. So yeah, a lot of follow-up, and then, you know, obviously Sprite, you play your hand traps, so, you know, Maxi, Ash Blossom, Imperms, whatever you draw, Smashers, Double Cross, etc. You just, you know, outfit your field with them. The Omni Negate is really strong, the ability to pop cards really strong, the ability to play through interruptions very strong. If they somehow destroy your normal summon though, and you rely on your normal summon, that's where kind of the crux of this deck is, because obviously you can't extend without a card on board. But if you are able to keep your normal summon level 2 and you have one extender in any Sprite card, it likely will be a little hard for your opponent to stop you. They have to know exactly where to cut you off, like cutting off the Sprint or the Gigantic or something like that, is kind of what they would have to do. But you are going to be able to extend it. And if they don't know what you're playing and you go into the Baron right away, that gives you like so much protection, because they're like waiting to interrupt you at like the Sprint, but you make Baron first, let's say, and then they're like, oh shoot, like he's going to negate my Imperm when I try to Imperm his Sprint or something, right? So you can play through boards and stuff to a certain degree, but the goal is that when you go second, you have your hand traps. So anyways, I don't want this video to get too long. If you made it this far, thank you again. That's going to wrap it up though. Hopefully you enjoyed. That's going to do it. Quantum is out.